Hey everybody, welcome back to Doomed Productions. Today's video, I want to take you guys behind the scenes a little bit on how we do some of our effects work here. Particularly, I wanted to show you two effects that we do in my feature film House, and then also I did in the short film House Beyond the Door. So there's two effects I'm going to show you, so it's kind of broken up into a two-part tutorial. The first effect is going to be how I extend my sets. If you've watched the movie, you see that there's a lot of sequences where I'm in a black void or I'm in a house and it's all just surrounded in darkness, and I make the house look absolutely massive by pretty much making the black space above and below and onto the sides a lot bigger. So I'm going to show you how I do that effect, which is super simple. You can use any software to pull off that effect. And then I also want to show how I act against myself, specifically in House Beyond the Door, my new short film. There's just a couple shots where I'm interacting with a doppelganger of myself and we're acting alongside each other. So I want to show how I did that. So we're going to jump in. I have my MacBook pulled up here, so we're going to jump into Premiere. To show you what I mean, first we'll cover the effect of set extensions. So what it looks like is, oh, we got our render files first here. There we go, now it's playing. So right in the opening, you can see here that I'm surrounded in total darkness. I actually don't think on this shot in particular I did a set extension, but I will show you how I would do it if I was starting completely from scratch. So let's just bring this over here onto the timeline. There it is, beautiful. All I would do, honestly, depending on the shot, is I just scale it back because it's surrounded by so much darkness that it just doesn't matter. You can't tell where the frame begins or ends, so I can make this a close-up, but I can also make my character really, really far back, and obviously I can reposition however I need. I could even, add a slow pan if I want. So that's literally all I do. And if I really need to clean it up, you can always add a circle mask around, and then just do some quick feathering over here with the mask feather tool. And it's really that simple. I didn't do much more than that. I never went into After Effects for this kind of a effect. It's very easy and very cool tool, and I've actually used it in a couple other films. If you look back on our movie Mr. Fiddle, or Fiddle 3, from way back when, there's a shot where one of the characters, our friend Bones, is looking down into the basement, and they see, well, we make it into this other black void. We make the staircase look like it's going super far back. But same thing, I just scaled it down, created a circle mask, and feathered it into black, and it looks great. It's a super easy effect. Something you can probably do a lot more with. This is probably the easiest way to hide the effect, is just by putting it in a black space like this. Anyways, the other effect we do is this right here. I'll play the sequence so you can see I'm in the background and also in the foreground, kind of a split focus thing. And you'll see that I will start approaching, and then I'll squat down and I'll, I think I say some dialogue to the character. And there, the other version turns to react. It really is as simple, again, because House is set in a dark space. I don't have to worry about matching backgrounds. I can move my character around. He's pretty much in a black luma key space. So what I do, I'll just mask or turn off this layer here. So I film this in two layers. First, without moving the camera, I would do my acting in the background. I just made sure I was in frame, and I came up to about where I felt was a good spot, and I just kneeled down and did my performance. And then after I kind of knew what the timing was going to be, I filmed this coverage where, again, I'm just sitting here. I'm kind of counting in my head how long it's going to take for me to do the scene. I always give myself a little extra buffer on standing still, because I know that I can always move the clip to readjust later. And then you see I look over, and then from there, all I have to do, to show both layers here, is on the top layer, I'm adding a mask right around myself. And I make the foreground layer the top layer, because it's going to be blocking anything behind it. And then I just feathered a little bit. Again, the darkness, it's here. it kind of covers itself. Obviously, there's the vignettes kind of taking away some of the light, but you can't tell. If I adjust this all the way, you can see that it just covers up completely. So I just find kind of a happy medium point here with this just super crude basic mask. And I just line up the two clips so that the action is pretty good. And then from there, I just let the sequence play out, and then I'll cut to whatever needs to happen next. And as you can see here, it cuts to a close-up just on the action of me putting the recorder up to listen to the doppelganger who's talking backwards. And I guess, just a bonus one, there's a shot here where my character reaches out to his clone, and we cut to a wide, and I'll see if I can expand this here. You'll see that they help each other up. How did I do that? How did I grab my own hand and help myself up? Basically, it's really janky. It's a really janky effect. But what I did was, here, I'll play it again. I just acted out the standing portion as best I could. Here, I'll even show the mask here. So it's just a straight line mask. I just acted out as best I could, just what it was like to pull a person up. So I put my weight into it. I probably did like 5 or 6 takes of just trying to get the momentum to feel right. And then same thing, I have another mask on this side, and I acted out standing up. And after a couple takes of that, I think it only took me like 2, I was able to just line the 2 up, and I just shifted the scale around, shifted the positioning to where the arms should be roughly where they need to be. And after a couple of, a lot of trial and error just on the timing of everything, again, you can see it just goes so dark. Oh wait, there we go. So just a little bit of trial and error, you can see that it looks pretty okay. Here, I'll play it one more time. Yeah, you can actually see they're on different heights. And that's just because the arms matched up best there. And I figured, you could assume that one's a little closer to the camera than the other. And that makes it good enough. So, and then from there, they turn around. There's a hidden cut there where they become a mirrored image because one was blocking the lighter. And they walk away into the dark. So, very simple effect. Anyone could kind of pull this off. Again, with House, I use the darkness to my advantage, which is a very menacing line. I use the darkness, though, to my advantage to cover up a lot of mistakes, or not even mistakes, but just, it's a really janky effect. And you can see probably if I turn off my adjustment layer, here, where is it? Where's my adjustment layer? If I turn it off, you can probably see, especially in some of the earlier takes, like my masking isn't that clean, and like where this shot starts and ends like is very, very messy. But once you throw the contrast onto that, you can't see where any of these lines used to be. So luckily, again, with shooting in someplace so dark, you can mess around a lot with the space that you're in. So yeah, that's how I did these effects in House. And if you have any more questions about any specific effects we've done in our movies or our short films, feel free to send us a message or leave us a comment. We'd love to do some more breakdowns like this. This one's pretty impromptu. So thanks to Dan Lotz from 92 Films for sending in his suggestion of what effect I should be covering. And if you have thoughts on any more that we should be doing, leave us a comment. We'd be happy to walk you through it. So yeah, if you use an effect like this, please let us know. We'd love to see it. And yeah, we'll see you guys in the next video.